wonder now, I think about Al Capone for some reason when I think about Donald Trump. And I wonder if in the end, despite all of the outrageous things that he did and the fact that everyone knows he incited that violence at the Capitol that got people killed, including police officers, if in the end his fate really is the Al Capone fate, that the financial crimes are what finally get him, that the tax avoidance crimes, that the defamation suits, that he ultimately pays financially and maybe even with his freedom for that kind of thing, for financial crimes, and it's harder to get him on incitement.
Former President Donald Trump is no stranger to litigation, but this latest lawsuit filed against him may even shock Donnie, as it has ties rooted to the KKK. I'm attorney Adrienne Lawrence, and this is Overruled. Welcome into TYT Overruled, where you get to be the judge. Today's case concerns a shocking KKK-based lawsuit that Mississippi Democrat Representative Benny Thompson just filed against Donald Trump and his cronies. Here are the 3 things you need to know. First, the lawsuit. On February 16th, Mississippi Democratic Representative Benny Thompson filed a federal lawsuit against Trump and attorney Rudy Giuliani, accusing them of conspiring with the far-right groups, the Proud Boys and Oath Keepers, to incite that January 6th insurrection on the U.S. Capitol. Now, this lawsuit is based on a post-Civil War federal statute that was intended to combat violence against the KKK. Now, this statute lets people sue others who use force, intimidation, or threats to prevent anyone from upholding the duties of their office, which basically Thompson is saying that, hey, Trump, you and your friends conspired to keep us from counting and swearing in and getting those votes ready so that we could go ahead and certify the election as Joe Biden being the winner. And in this lawsuit, Thompson points to Trump's words and incitement of those at the Save America rally on January 6th and the days leading up to the insurrection. Second, what's Thompson up to here? Well, Representative Thompson filed this lawsuit in his personal capacity, so he's acting as an individual like you and me, not a government actor. Other representatives of Congress are planning to join him in the lawsuit. He also is being backed by the NAACP. In his lawsuit, Thompson notes how Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell's speech on Saturday encouraged litigation against Trump. If you recall, after acquitting Trump of the impeachment charges, McConnell said,
President Trump is still liable for everything he did while he was in office. We have a criminal justice system in this country. We have civil litigation. And former presidents are not immune from being accountable by either one.
But just because Thompson is following McConnell's advice doesn't mean this case is going to be a winner. And that brings me to my third point. Whether this lawsuit will be a winner is difficult to say because the KKK statute hasn't been used much. That means there's not much precedent out there for the courts to follow. As you can imagine, people weren't really looking to enforce the statute in the courts because, hey, they didn't have protection from the KKK out in these streets. And so Thompson could have an uphill battle. But what he's going to have to do is essentially connect Trump to the insurrection on the Capitol. And that standard's likely going to require Thompson to prove that it's more likely than not that Trump conspired to incite the insurrection. Also, we should bear in mind that Thompson's suing in the District of Columbia. So even assuming that this case gets to a jury, you're going to have a bunch of jurors who lived through the insurrection happening in their front yard. Also, they're feeling the impact of the insurrection by having the National Guard interrupt their daily lives. That could certainly impact how they view Trump's involvement here. We're going to have to wait and see. So that's it. Those are the 3 things you need to know about this new KKK-based lawsuit against former President Donald Trump. So what do you think? Will this lawsuit go through and Trump actually be held accountable for something in his life? You let me know your thoughts below. Hit me up on Twitter using the hashtag TYT Overruled, and you follow us for more. Thanks so much.